Hi, it's Phil Burno again here, and today what I'm doing is I'm going to be demoing my Digitech RP360 XP. XP standing for the fact that this has an expression pedal. There's a model that is just an RP60 without the XP on it, and that means that it just has the control unit here, but it does not have the expression pedal. Both units basically sound quite the same. They're the same thing except for the fact that they have that difference between one with the expression pedal, one without. Okay, got that out of the way. One of the things that I'm going to be doing here more than anything else is just going through basic tones, about 4 or 5 of the tones that I use when I need to get some work done, when I have a job to do, whether it's in the studio or it's out live someplace. I do a lot of ministry music work. I play in churches and I play in other places, and you need a few basic tones. And granted, this box has capability of giving you like 10 billion tones, and they're all in there. You can scroll through them all, but none of us really need all those tones. And for those of you who are against using multi-effects boxes in a working environment, you know what? I've been playing guitar for 40 plus years, and I've done a whole lot of different gigs with all different kind of pedals, and I've used a lot of the stomp boxes. Here's my old CS3 that I love, and I have tons of other ones as well, just like all the other guitar players out there. The thing is that these tend to be a bit more practical in some ways. They're a bit more quick in the setup for me, and they're more, they're relatively consistent. Granted, if I wanted to carry a big pedal board around with me with all my effects, I could do that. But as long as I'm getting a good tone out of it, and that's what I've done with this. I've worked out some good tones. This has the capability of plugging directly into a computer with a USB cable, and it literally has an interface, a graphical interface that comes up on the screen that shows you what all the effects are, gives you a little visible representation of these effects, and you can tweak them individually, and you can tweak the master volume, output, and all of it. You can do all of it inside the graphical interface that comes with the pedal. Or that you can download from the Digitech website. There's no CD in the box or anything like that. Those days are long gone. You just download it from the site, and it works really great. So what I've done is tweaked several of the tones in the first 5 or 6 presets in the user configuration section of it, and been able to come up with some decent tones. So let's start off with some clean tones. That's a clean tone for this amp. Let's go to the next tone that we have in here. Let's try Crystal Sky. Okay, now I named this one PB Crystal Sky because it's my version of Crystal Sky, which is a preset in the unit itself. And what I did was I just tweaked the tone, the tone to suit my taste. And this is more of a chorus type of a tone. So let's take a listen to Crystal Sky, PB version. Okay, the next tone that I want to explore here is my number 3 tone, and what this is a rock rhythm tone. It's more of a crunch rhythm kind of a thing, okay? Here's what it sounds like. these solo tones that I use, and I have two of them that I've programmed, and they're pretty effective. I think they're okay. Now, one of them I call PB Solo 1, okay? Phil Burnell Solo 1. And what that tone is basically, I believe it's a 412 cabinet model that I used in a Marshall head or a Soldano, I think. I can't remember exactly. But it's like a 100-watt head with a 412 cabinet kind of a thing. Or it's some Eminence or whatever, and they modeled it and called it a vintage. But anyway, it's either going to be Celestion or any of those other kind of 412 tone though, you know, because that's, again, I like that stuff, you know. And here's the deal. You know, these tones in these boxes are never going to be as cool as a stomp box or the actual amp. And you know, I played my boogie, and I played that thing, and for years I played certain things straight into the amp with my guitar and just used the channel switching, and I love it. You know, I can do that because I'm old school. And this Carvin too is really great, you know. And our old amp tech that moved back to New York, Blackie Pagano, he liked this. He did some work on this thing. He's got still got his doggone repair tag on here, but he worked on this and really liked the clean sound of this. So I'm using the clean sound, of course, in the amp. This is how we use your pedals, okay? But anyway, I've got this, you know, really, you know, this is a good amp. So this is it's a good clean amp, you know, and it's got a good distortion sound too. But the clean sound is excellent for things like this. But anyway, my solo tone out of the Digitech RP360 XP. Ooh boy, here. Okay, that's a pretty basic nominal solo kind of tone. You know, even this is with the treble pickup on, you know, and with the bridge pickup, or the neck pickup, that is. I like the sound. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. And honestly, the audience is never going to know it's not a $300 stomp box. Now, another thing I like about this pedal, it's got an expression pedal thing. Now, I'm not using it for wah. I don't do wahs that much anymore. This expression pedal is cool because I can really keep the tones and adjust my volume according. I don't do a whole lot of adjusting of volume, and I try to find it, you know, set it and forget it. But anyway, alright, okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my other tone, which is a little more, you know, like, this is... And this is a soul tone rhythm sound, you know, too. It's not bad rhythm sound for rhythm rock, or, you know, type stuff, rock rhythm things. Now, I'm gonna turn it to solo number 2. This is PB solo number 2. First PB solo number 1, PB solo 2. It's a little bit gnarlier, okay? Okay, it's a little bit higher gain, and I don't know if anybody's ever going to ask me to do that, but if I decide to go nuts one time on stage, I may use it. But it's just a little bit higher gain, and it works pretty good. And again, you know, I can get this tone, you know, at a much lower volume. I'm inside my house here, so my neighbors aren't mad at me because they're hearing me all across the place. But you know what? This thing is really good. I love this pedal. I actually really like it, and because I mean the pedal feels solid. This expression pedal feels really solid, and I love the tweakability and the computer interface for tweaking. That's really the only way to really deal with this thing, because there's just so much junk in it. But again, for the live performance stuff, I have to do some more tweaking as far as the groups and stuff like that, so that I can, you know, get my quick access to my mostly used patches and that kind of thing. And pretty excited. Now this unit also has a pretty decent looper in it as well, which is really cool, you know. Along with the whammy that Digitech came out with several years ago and a lot of people have used pretty effectively on recordings, the looper is excellent in here, and I don't think that I'd be using that too often, but here's a little bit of a demo of the looper just to kind of give you an idea of what it can do. And it's kind of fun, you know, but check it out. This is my tones for 2017, and I'll probably be tweaking them as I continue to go. And you know, you're not going to want to watch this whole video all the way through. But you know, some of you guys who haven't been playing that long, maybe do. You old guys, forget it. You know, you don't want to even hear this. Anyway, but this is what I'm doing. I'm not embarrassed to use a multi-effects box, and I like Digitech because all of us who've been around a while know Digitech from years ago. And their delay sounds are awesome, their reverb sounds are awesome, you know that, and it's all in here from the old school sounds, you know, so it's bought back in here, so you know, so that means that all the time-based effects and things, the choruses and the flangers and the phases, everything sounds really good in here. I don't care what anybody says. If the audience likes it, then you're doing your gig. Oh, by the way, didn't say anything about this. My latest guitar, somebody told me that I should have this so I can look a little bit more authentic doing like jazz standard type gigs, you know, weddings, mitzvahs, that kind of thing. So I got one of these and I like it, and it makes me look like an old blues man. And I wear one of these kind of hats too when I'm playing it, so it actually looks authentic. Anyway, enjoy RP360 XP commercial.